Radical.
Welcome to part 2 of Radical Rapid Fire. Comment response for August 1st through August 7th, 2022. Short comments, quick replies. Penguin Wizard. He's freaking bald! Laugh out loud. Yeah, talking about Charlie Brown. Yeah, he's got it tough. He's got it tough, man. You know? Imagine having to deal with all the BS he has to deal with, all those weird, kooky friends, and the fact that he just wants to play some football, and every time he tries to kick the ball, that bitch pulls the football away from him. Well, how bad would she feel if it's revealed that Charlie Brown is bald because he has cancer and he passes away? Yeah, I want that bitch to live with that shit. You know, Charlie Brown just wanted to go out there and have fun, even though he's sickly and dying, just wants to play football, and that bitch keeps pulling the football away from him, you know? There was an animated, was it like during Family Guy, where he just kicks her right in the face, you know, because she keeps pulling the ball away? Yeah. I hate that bitch, right? Some of you will grow up to marry that bitch. Surf Blue, I will not make a comment. I'm just here to watch. I replied to that. I will not make a reply. I'm just here to, I forget what I replied. I said, I'm just here to leave this, but I'm not here to reply. Well, Surf Blue, you've been here for a while. You know, I mean, you could leave some comments, right? Sometimes you leave some stuff like, I like cookies, that is all, or something. I forget. But yeah. Surf Blue. Some people come by and I forget them. And I'm like, hey, how you been doing, Surf? Snickle Fritz came by the other day. I was like, hey, how you doing, Snickle Fritz? I guess sometimes maybe things get lost. I'm bad about that, where I go to a channel for years and then I just venture off and I go over here. Then I'm like, oh, holy hell, I haven't been to that channel in years. That's pretty cool. So it's good to hear from you, Surf. But feel free to leave a comment or just watch. You know, it'd be funny. This is what I add to this. You know what, Surf Blue? I don't think you enjoy the relations with women. You know what I think? I think you like just sitting down and watching two leses go at it. And they say, hey, you want to join us? And you're like, no. I'm just here to watch. Dumez. I saw Sunny from WWF years ago. She did PROW. Yeah, there are certain words we can't say. She did prawn. I was super excited to see it until I saw it. She let herself go somewhat, and I'm not into a yay on all either. Yeah, I did see that. Because, you know, you're advertised Sunny. Beautiful Sunny. Even they look better on the box art, you know. Beautiful Sunny. And then just some chubby chick getting plowed. Some of you said you liked it. Okay. You know, I think I talked about this maybe in a Comic Cuts. I was in 2019 where I talked about it. Some of you liked it, but I just wasn't a fan. It's just sad when you let yourself go. Like, if I was ever going to be in adult movies, I would make sure I was in amazing condition. Right? Because it's one thing to be in adult movies. Maybe your family finds out you're in adult movies. But it's another thing, let's say, if you just look amazing and you look shredded and you're gorgeous. Sometimes it's like, okay, you see somebody and they're just well put together. It doesn't even seem like, you know, they're unclothed. Like, it just seems like they should have been that way. You know, the kind of people that you're like, oh, clothes get in the way of your greatness. No, if I saw Sunny unclothed Dumez, I'd be like, oh, throw that bitch some clothes. Put her some clothes back on, you know? Yeah. I didn't like that response. I didn't. But you know what? Doesn't matter, because I got to keep going, because Radical Rapid Fire. Mariosian. Hi, Rick. It's been a while. Have you heard about this new situation where Lady Decade and Top Hat Gaming Man are being extorted? She made a sympathy video because she used an image from Alter Beast. Alter Beast Hat Guy? Was it an image? Was it a nude image of John Hancock? Humble nude image that was owned by someone else, and they're asking for 500 British pounds. She's saying she can't afford it. Yeah. I mean, I've talked about that since this was left. Let's just talk about. Okay, what do I want to talk about? I've already talked about Lady Decade stuff. If you're going to use an image on YouTube, make sure to use a corporate image, like an image. Let's say if you're using an Alter Beast image, then use actually the Sega artwork, right? I mean, I'm not saying Sega can't potentially go after people themselves because they own it, but it's very unlikely. But if you use the artwork of somebody that drew it themselves, then that opens up some legalities. Because if you're making money on your YouTube upload and then you're using their art, I mean, I'm not a lawyer here or whatnot, but if you want to avoid all that, if you're a YouTuber on here and you want to avoid all that stuff, make sure whatever you get, whatever you use, if possible, can be like a corporate image. Okay? Tom Baer. His latest video is titled, talk about Scotty Kilmer, his latest video is titled, Rest in Peace, Scotty Kilmer. You know, okay. I can't jump ahead of myself. You refuse to watch it. It appears that he's paying YouTube a lot of money to promote his videos because I keep getting them in my feed, but I tried to click not interested. Okay, couple things. Yeah, he is the king of clickbait, the king of mechanic clickbait. It's just hilarious at this point how bad it is. Like Scotty Kilmer coming back from the dead to actually upload something to YouTube talking about, you know, how he passed away. Paying YouTube a lot of money to promote his videos. Okay, I don't know much about this. I have a lot of money personally. You know, I could check my bank account. You know, to some of you out there that are all triggered or salty, or I'm not sure the terminology, that I don't get a lot of views. Hell, I mean, that's easy nowadays, isn't it? Some of these bigger channels could literally pay for views and interactions and subscribers and then walk around YouTube like, hey, you know, what's wrong with you? You don't have any views and interactions, subscribers? I mean, shit, people are fucking paying for it now. So, you know, not interested. Yes, so you're clicking not interested. It's worked pretty well for me to hit not interested on something. But what happens is a lot of you come here going, Rick, please talk about this Lady Decade stuff. And then even though I hit not interested, I'm afraid that that stuff might get, you know, referred to me and whatnot. So I'm not sure if you could actually pay or override that. Maybe just hit not interested again. I'm not sure. Maybe some channels are so huge, YouTube's like, no. You didn't mean that when you hit not interested. We're going to push this out to you even more. Venom Hernandez. Who the heck is Lady Decade? And then Trey Tucker said to you, Laugh Aloud said the same thing when I saw that I was subbed to her. I was subbed because I thought she was a female version of Top Hat Gaming Man. Laugh Aloud. Well, on that last thing, some people say, and I don't religiously follow her channels or Top Hat, whatever, but they say that they're very similar, just like there's a female part. Okay, so I'm curious on you, Trey Tucker, right? Okay. If you come here and you check out my uploads talking about how kind of shady those two people are, how they're liars, how they're, you know, untrustworthy people, I wonder why you're still subbed to those channels. You know, Trey, there's a lot of channels on YouTube, a lot of gaming, documentary type channels. Don't you dare tell me that you're subscribed to Lady Decade or Top Hat and not GTV Gaming or TV Games. There's a lot of great channels here on YouTube that aren't shady people. So you don't need to reward them with a subscription. And then Hernandez, who the heck is Lady Decade? Anyone that I would go to right now, like if I went 5 miles down the road, knocked on every door, and asked them, hey, what's your thoughts on Lady Decade? And then I further said, hey, what's your thoughts on the YouTuber Lady Decade? I guarantee you, I would wager almost everything I owned 5 miles down in one direction, not a single motherfucker would know who the hell Lady Decade is. But if I asked them about like, hey, you know, what about Tom Cruise? You know, what about Justin Bieber? What about celebrities, actual celebrities? They know who those people are. So I'm just putting it out there that, you know, in general, when it comes to YouTube, most YouTubers are unknown. So it's just like a small pocket of the whole entertainment spectrum. But yeah, who the hell's Lady Decade? Lady Decade is just a YouTuber that has to make certain thumbnails to get attention to her channel. And she has some attention from her husband, who also has a channel, but then he has to do the same thing. So I could go further in talking about and explaining how to actually get views on YouTube and interaction. A lot of it goes through thumbnails and titles, but Radical Rapid Fire. Okay, so there.